Most people think of blueberries as one of the safest, healthiest fruits you can eat. And for the most part, that's true. They've earned their reputation as a nutrient powerhouse, loaded with antioxidants, vitamins, and compounds that support everything from brain function to heart health. But what almost nobody realizes is that when you eat blueberries with certain other foods, they can undergo chemical changes in your body that make them far less healthy, or, in some cases, even harmful. Seniors in particular can be more vulnerable to these reactions because of changes in digestion, medication use, and the way the body processes nutrients with age. This isn't fringe theory. There's peer-reviewed science on how specific combinations can erode enamel, interfere with medication absorption, and even damage vital organs over time. And yet, 99% of people over 60 have no idea they're making these risky combinations on a regular basis. One of the more surprising interactions happens when blueberries are eaten at the same time as very acidic fruits like oranges, grapefruits, or lemons. Each of these foods is perfectly fine by itself, but together, the combined acidity can drop the pH in your mouth to a point that weakens and softens tooth enamel within minutes. That erosion can be permanent, and over the years, it accelerates sensitivity and tooth decay. Dentists have documented cases where seniors with otherwise good dental care saw rapid enamel loss simply because they made a morning habit of mixing berries with citrus in smoothies or fruit salads. And the impact doesn't stop in your mouth. This much acid arriving in your stomach at once can aggravate acid reflux, which already affects a large percentage of older adults. That irritation can lead to inflammation in the esophagus, and in some cases, precancerous changes. People with certain iron storage conditions, like undiagnosed hemochromatosis, also risk pushing their iron levels into a dangerous range when vitamin C from citrus boosts iron absorption beyond what's safe. If you enjoy both blueberries and citrus, the simple fix is timing. Space them out by a few hours so your body can handle each one on its own. Another pairing that can cause problems for seniors is mixing blueberries with dairy products such as milk, yogurt, or cream-based dishes. On paper, it seems harmless. Fruit and dairy is a common breakfast combination, but there's a biochemical issue. The proteins in dairy, especially casein, can bind to the antioxidants in blueberries, making them harder for your body to absorb. This means you might be missing out on most of the berry's protective benefits. Even more concerning, these bound compounds can ferment in the gut, creating gases and byproducts that irritate the intestinal lining. In sensitive people, this can lead to bloating, discomfort, and over time, increased intestinal permeability, sometimes called leaky gut. Certain medications are also affected. Dairy is already known to interfere with how the body absorbs specific thyroid drugs and some antibiotics. Add blueberries into the mix, and you have a perfect storm where the medication becomes less effective and the food benefits are diminished. If you like berries with yogurt or milk, having them at different times of day is a safer choice. This keeps your antioxidant levels high and your medication working as intended. The most dangerous combination, however, involves blueberries and supplemental iron, or even very high iron foods, especially for people taking iron under a doctor's orders. Blueberries contain tannins and certain polyphenols that bind strongly to iron. This not only blocks your body from absorbing it, which defeats the purpose of supplementation, but it can also lead to the formation of insoluble complexes that put stress on the liver. In some cases, these compounds have been linked to oxidative damage in liver cells and iron deposits that the body struggles to clear. The early signs can be vague: fatigue, mild stomach pain, a general feeling of being unwell, but left unchecked. The damage can progress to serious liver disease or problems in other organs. The solution here is simple but non-negotiable. Keep iron supplements and blueberries separated by at least 4 to 6 hours. That window gives your body the chance to process the iron before the tannins arrive. The good news is, while some pairings are best avoided, there are others that make blueberries even more beneficial. Combining them with oats or other whole grains, for example, can improve cholesterol levels more than either food alone. The soluble fiber in oats works hand in hand with blueberry compounds to help lower LDL cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar. Nuts, particularly walnuts and almonds, bring healthy fats and vitamin E into the mix, which protect the delicate pigments in blueberries and support brain health. Leafy greens such as spinach or kale create a powerful anti-inflammatory combination, thanks to complementary nutrients like vitamin K. Even a simple cup of green tea with blueberries can enhance memory and protect nerve cells, with studies showing sharper cognition in people who regularly enjoy them together. And perhaps the most indulgent healthy pairing. A small amount of dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher, combined with blueberries can boost blood flow to both the brain and heart, improving cardiovascular function and mental clarity within hours. On their own, blueberries offer an impressive range of health benefits. They help the immune system by boosting the production of key antimicrobial compounds. They support digestive health by feeding beneficial bacteria in the gut. They contribute to stronger bones by delivering vitamin K and manganese, and they regulate blood sugar in part by slowing carbohydrate breakdown. Blueberries also help protect the heart by lowering blood pressure and reducing oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Their antioxidants protect the skin from UV damage and slow down visible signs of aging. And for the brain, they're one of the few foods proven to cross into brain tissue and directly improve communication between neurons, which translates to better memory and slower cognitive decline. However, even a healthy food can lose its edge or become a problem if it's stored, cooked, or eaten in the wrong way. Overheating blueberries during cooking can destroy much of their antioxidant content. Storing them at room temperature for days lets their vitamin C degrade quickly. Eating far too many at once can upset digestion or interact with medications like blood thinners. And even something as simple as the time of day can make a difference. Eating them alongside a bit of protein or healthy fat between mid-morning and early afternoon appears to maximize antioxidant absorption and minimize digestive discomfort. Understanding both the benefits and the pitfalls of blueberries can help you make the most of what they offer without stumbling into the combinations and habits that undermine your health. With just a few adjustments, spacing out acidic fruits, avoiding dairy at the same time, keeping iron far apart, you can enjoy blueberries as the potent ally they're meant to be, not as an accidental source of trouble. For seniors especially, those small changes can make a major difference in how your body responds, helping you preserve your strength, protect your organs, and keep your mind sharp well into your later years. If you've been eating blueberries for years without thinking much about what you pair them with, you're not alone. Most people assume that if something is healthy, it will stay healthy no matter how you consume it. But the body isn't that simple, especially as we get older. Your digestion slows, your stomach's acid balance changes, and your liver and kidneys have to work harder to process certain compounds. That means a combination that might barely affect a 20-year-old could create a chain reaction in someone over 60. This is why the little details, like timing, food pairing, and preparation, suddenly become more important to your health than you ever realized. One of the best ways to think about blueberries is as a concentrated form of medicine, not in the sense of a pill or a prescription, but in the way they deliver active compounds that can change how your body functions almost immediately. Medicine can heal you, but taken in the wrong context, it can harm you. The same goes for these berries. The deep blue pigments called anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants, but they are also chemically reactive. This reactivity is why they can bind to proteins in dairy or latch onto iron in supplements. It's also why combining them with certain foods can either supercharge their benefits or cancel them out entirely. Take the example of pairing blueberries with dark leafy greens. On paper, they seem unrelated, sweet berries and bitter greens, but together they create a nutrient profile that's ideal for bone health and inflammation control. The vitamin K in greens works with the antioxidants in blueberries to not only protect bone density, but also reduce inflammatory markers that contribute to joint pain. Seniors who added both to their diets have reported noticeable improvements in mobility within weeks. In contrast, something like combining blueberries with a big glass of milk may feel comforting, but you could be losing most of the berry's antioxidant power while creating digestive stress you don't even associate with that breakfast. Timing your blueberry consumption can also make a world of difference. Your body's ability to absorb and use antioxidants isn't the same all day long. Late at night, for example, your digestion slows dramatically. If you eat blueberries right before bed, especially with heavy foods, they may sit in your stomach longer, fermenting and causing bloating. Mid-morning to early afternoon is when your metabolism and circulation are more active, meaning those compounds can be delivered to your cells faster and more effectively. Pair them with a bit of healthy fat, like a handful of almonds, and you create a longer-lasting release of those nutrients into your system. It's worth noting that storage and handling matter more than most people think. Many seniors buy blueberries in bulk for convenience, but berries begin losing nutritional value almost immediately after harvest. Keep them cold, dry, and unwashed until you're ready to eat them. If you've ever noticed your berries looking dull or shriveled after a few days at room temperature, that's not just cosmetic. It's a sign the vitamins and antioxidants are breaking down. Freezing is a great way to lock in those nutrients, as long as you avoid thawing and refreezing repeatedly. The issue of overconsumption also needs to be addressed. More is not always better, especially when it comes to foods with high antioxidant activity. Eating more than 2 cups in a sitting can overwhelm your digestive enzymes, leading to discomfort. And for anyone on blood thinners, the vitamin K content in blueberries, while modest, can still add up if you're eating large amounts every day, potentially increasing your bleeding risk. Moderation, combined with strategic pairing, lets you enjoy the benefits without tipping the balance toward side effects. If you're taking prescription medications, blueberries deserve the same caution you'd give grapefruit. While they don't interact with as many drugs, their ability to affect absorption and metabolism is real. If you're unsure, the safest course is to take your medications and blueberries at separate times, ideally a few hours apart. This is especially important for thyroid medications, certain antibiotics, and iron supplements. The last thing you want is for your breakfast to quietly undo the work of your medicine. For all the risks of the wrong combinations, the right ones can truly be transformative. A bowl of steel-cut oats topped with fresh blueberries can help stabilize blood sugar for hours. Blueberries with a small square of high cacao dark chocolate can boost circulation and brain function before an afternoon walk. A smoothie with blueberries, spinach, and a sprinkle of flaxseed delivers fiber, omega-3s, and antioxidants in a form that's easy to digest. The key is to make these combinations intentional rather than accidental. Ultimately, the point isn't to scare you away from blueberries. It's to help you use them in a way that matches your body's needs as you age. By being mindful of what you eat them with, how you store them, and when you consume them, you can keep them in their rightful place as one of the most powerful allies in your diet. For seniors who want to maintain sharp thinking, steady energy, and resilience against illness, these little berries can be a daily habit that pays off for years. But like any powerful tool, they work best when used wisely.